I walked out of my room, heading for the stairs when our house helper, Carol, stopped in front of me. Carol had been our cook and cleaner since before I was born. She even helped raise my dad. Carol was my father's Ralyn. She was an honest and caring lady, but disrespect her and feel a mother's wrath. "Good morning, little moon. I'm so happy to see you out of bed," Carol said as she grabbed my hand. "Morning, Aunt Carol. I had to get up at some point, right? You can thank Josie and Mom for that." I only responded to her because I was raised it is polite to do so. I had no energy to make conversation, but it's Auntie Carol. "I found this in your mother's study while I was cleaning in there today. Wear it, it will give you the strength it gave her when this pack didn't recognize her as Christopher's mate. It was a gift from your father." Carol put a golden cross with an infinity symbol in my hand. It was simple yet beautiful. In that moment, I remembered my mother's words and hugged Carol. My mother might be gone, but her ghost sure knows when to show up, I thought to myself. Thank you, Carol. 3 generations of females in this family, the pack giving us problems. Only this time I am a full-blooded wolf, and still they take my mate from me. I say, trying hold back the tears. I chuckle nervously, looking anywhere but at Aunt Carol, and when my eyes land on her she looks at me with pity. "Not you too, Auntie. Don't give me that look. I don't need you looking at me like that. I can't stand it." I cracked. A single tear drop escaped from my. "I'm sorry, little moon. I've just been around to see your grandmother get the old treatment, and then your mother. It breaks my heart seeing it happen to you when our alpha often said how happy he was that you were mated to his son." Carol said, "If we keep talking about this, I'll burst, and we don't want Josie to kill you for ruining my face now. Let me get this over with. Can you help me with this?" I handed her the necklace to put around my hair as I lifted my hair. "There. Now you look just like her," Carol said with a twinkle in her eye as she wiped the stray tear from my face. She was a very beautiful woman, that Kimberly. "Thank you, Aunt Carol. It is beautiful." I gave her one last hug. "All your bags are packed and loaded into the car. I hope you use the time to find the strength your mother found even when she was in pain. She is, after all, your mother. You should take after her," Carol pointed out. "I will. See you soon, Auntie. I will send pictures." I hold her hand again and kiss her cheek. "By old moon," I giggled because I haven't called her that in ages. That was what I called her when she called me little moon. It only made sense. I shake my head laughing as I descend the stairs, sniffing the air for my mate's scent. I followed it all the way to my dad's office. I knocked 3 times, signaling to my dad my arrival in case he didn't catch my scent, which is impossible, but it's happened once. "Come in, Sabrina," my dad calls out in his all-business tone. I take one final deep breath, roll my shoulders, and then I walk in. First, I notice Josie sitting on our kitty couch to my left and CJ standing next to her. Straight ahead, I see my father sitting in his chair and Mom standing next to him, rubbing his arm in circles. It must be hard for him with me locking myself up in my room and my mate looking just peachy. No weight loss, not an eye bag in sight. My mate, to my right, his eyes turning dark when they reached my chest. Men. The alpha seated right across the table from my dad. He turned around to give me a smile. I didn't return it. I had no intention to exchange sweet words and forced smiles with my betrayers. I was here out of respect for my dad. Alpha Charlie, Percy. I give them each a nod in their direction as I make my way to greet my father and kiss him on the cheek. "You look beautiful, SAB," Percy said as if questioning himself, still giving me the once-over again. "Yes, Sabrina. You look like you're going somewhere," the alpha said, sending a glare to his son. I chose to ignore Percy. I would ignore him because if I didn't, tears will fall and I will not cry in front of him. I won't show him what he's doing to my heart. "Yes, Alpha Charlie. I'm visiting my grandfather for a few weeks, maybe months. Would be nice to go get some fresh air, away from here." I speak. Percy's scent was driving Athena mad, and she kept trying to take control and mark Percy in our human skin, but we couldn't show them that. I was also fighting the urge to fall to my knees and cry in front of Percy. I looked at my father, pleading him to let me go as my eyes flicked colors, showing him my internal battle. I did not know about this, but I think it is an excellent idea. It will allow you the time to fight the bond while Percy spends time with his chosen mate. Alpha Charlie said. A growl came from Percy's side, and we all looked at him, but he was looking at me. His eyes looked glassy, and for a minute, maybe even a second, I thought he felt a fraction of what I was feeling. He closed his eyes, and when he opened them, he had a calm manner to him. I agree with Father. I can't have my wolf fighting me on this. See, Sabrina, my wolf recognizes you as his mate, but I don't. I think it's best you allow my wolf the time to get to know Ralyn without your scent lingering around. Percy spat out. My brother and father growled. Loud gasps from my sister and Remy were heard too. I think something was even dropped right outside my father's office door. I can't blame them, really. If I wasn't me, I'd also want to be a fly in the wall of my dad's office. I knew then if my heart wasn't broken, it broke right there. On the floor for all of them to see. Shattered. Stepped on. Crushed to even tinier pieces. This is that subtle rejection. His human side rejecting me. My face kept a calm tone, void of any emotion, just as my dad trained me when facing an enemy, not to show that I was in pain. I used that training now because I needed to. Percy was not going to embarrass me in front of my father, my mom, and my siblings. He will not win. I straightened my posture and cleared my throat because I knew if I didn't do that, they'd be able to hear the crack in my voice. I didn't trust myself not to break down. That makes sense. I spoke. I will be gone for some time, giving you the much-needed time to bond with your chosen mate. I will be back for your ceremony, and I expect you to reject me before then, which I will gladly accept. I said, looking at Percy, who looked alarmed like he wasn't expecting me to say that. Alpha Charlie, I'm sure you understand that I need him to reject me, so I won't feel it when he consummates their union with his chosen mate. I have done no wrong to this pack to receive such treatment, and if he could reject me now even, looking back at Percy, wouldn't it be so much easier to bond with Ralyn without your wolf turning on you? I said to Percy with a stern look on my face. Sabrina, you do understand if Percy rejects you, his wolf will turn on him regardless. Alpha said to me. I scoff. Looking back at the Alpha, his wolf won't even mark her if he doesn't reject me. You are all aware they need to be in wolf form to complete the mating. If his wolf sees me as his mate, what make you think he will gladly mark his chosen mate over me? Let me make it easy for you, Percy. I spat out his name like it was venom. I will reject him first, and if I decide to take a chosen mate, I expect to be treated the same way. Unless you are being biased as he is your son? I will not sit back and have my wolf go mad. See, she's a problem and right now she wants blood. If it has to be Percy's, it very well could be, and that is why I'm going away. I say, looking at Percy. Percy mumbling something about me being unable to even put a scratch on him. I send a smirk his way. Let's not make any rash decisions yet. Sabrina, this union between Percy and Ralyn is for the good of the pack. Ralyn is of alpha blood. If she mates with Percy, they will have strong pups, and we need that. You are of only beta blood. I'm sure you can understand. Alpha said, looking at me. I laughed. For the first time since the pack meeting, I laughed. Everybody was looking at me like I grew a second head, but I didn't care. My mate was doing his daddy's bidding. It all makes sense now. What a spineless tooth of a ballsack. This is who the moon paired me with. Mates are sacred. It is law. It is how we are all raised. It is drilled into us to live for our mates. I said, a little irritation could be picked up in my tone. I'm trying here. You will do well to remember your place, pup. You are in the presence of an alpha. Alpha Charlie stood up. My family stayed seated because they weren't scared for my safety. If anything, they should stand so I don't rip this alpha to shreds. I closed my eyes and took in a few breaths. Once calm, I opened them and looked at the alpha and his spawn. Very well. The pack comes first. I say nonchalantly. I turn around to look at Josie. We need to leave if we are to make it to human territory to catch the train. Stay well, Alpha. Percy. I say as I walk out, followed by Remy, CJ, and Josie. Please download Novels Ago and search the code in the upper left corner to continue reading.